Now, if you're anything like me, you're losing your shit, you're tired of being at home, you're tired of not being able to go to the cinema, to the cinematheque, to watch a motion picture film on the large screen with other strangers in the dark, and maybe snuggle up next to one of them and be like, hey, may I have some of your popcorn, or may I have some of your, vegan buffalo tater tots, or whatever the heck they are. And so, and maybe you're going kind of like, wow, what are we? Year, week, day, 6, 7, 7 weeks, 6 weeks. I don't know. I'm losing track of time. I'm losing my ability to speak. I'm kind of, losing all function. I'm kind of looking up my life insurance policy and being like, if I ended my existence, would my wife and child get the sort of payoff they deserve? Or would they just be sort of lost in a kind of loophole, a sort of legal loophole that's happening, that has been set up by these giant conglomerates that are just taking our money? And it's like, oh man, well, the sort of Ryobi razor blade collection I have that was used, that was bought for me to work on tools, and is looking sort of attractive right now to sort of pierce into my skin, is maybe not so useful now, because maybe I should, I guess I have to keep existing because my loved ones won't get some cash. So anyway, if you're feeling sort of right there right now, like I am, then what you do is you head on down to the garage, if you have one, and you go, okay, let's blow off some steam. Let's get out some tension, and let's pick up a doggone great, diggity great, classic, and it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the motion picture from 1990. This movie was made back in the 1900s. Don't know if you've ever heard of those. Don't know if you lived through those. Don't know if you were born in those. Who's it directed by? I don't give a shit. Who's the DP? I don't know, man. This sort of exists in a different category for me. This is kind of a nostalgia movie. Ooh, I have all the Funko Pops. I have the Funko Pop of Donna Raffio and Micah Tello and all that shit. I don't care, man. Good for you if you like them and whatever. Anyway, TMNT, the first movie. And Raphael in the beginning, in the first 15 minutes. So I recall Raphael, he says damn a lot in the first 15 minutes. And I remember thinking, as a young man, as a young boy child, who was still sort of innocent and thought he had like a grand future ahead of me, who was like, oh, America, it's offering me this wonderful future. Little did I know. Anyway, I remember at the time growing up in a conservative Christian household, that damn was kind of scandalous. Whoa, hey, they don't say damn on the cartoon. Damn is a bad word. D-A-M, or so I thought, D-A-M-N. So I learned later. And Raphael's sort of like hustling through the streets of New York, New York. And that's sort of, you got your pastrami sandwiches, you got your fucking, Johnny's on the 59th Street. That's the original Johnny's Pizza over on 29th. That's the fake fucking Johnny's. You want the original? You want the original with that? Anyway, so sort of a New York movie. This is TMNT. Yeah, Raphael. He's like the classic Brooklyn guy. Am I wrong? Are you gonna challenge me on that? And I love how this movie begins. I love how it's sort of like, oh, small petty crimes on the streets, and April O'Neil, your gal, is covering them. And I remember thinking as a young boy, where is April O'Neil's, yellow jumpsuit. But anyway, enough about that. I was talking about how Raphael loses one of his size to Casey Jones. You know the man. You know his name. Oh my gosh. The hockey mask wearing tough guy. And you know, sort of weird, sort of a little like Mandela effect or something. No, it's not that. It's something else. It seeped into my head that the Jason movies were happening simultaneously with Casey Jones also wearing a ski mask. And so I always had this kind of association that Casey Jones was like, whoa, you know, ski mask, my gosh. Maybe this guy's like kind of a shady character, kind of a rough and tumble sort of fella. But anyway, so he has a little run-in with Raphael, you know, over some, I don't know, I think Raphael stole his sun chips or something. And so, ultimately, Raphael loses one of his size and he's like, damn. Meanwhile, Michelangelo and the fellas are ordering pizza back at the lair. You know, they're dialing it in. They're having some hijinks. They're just goofing around because they're teenagers. Everything's wild and free. They live in 1990 and nothing yet is melting down. They don't know about climate change. They don't know that fucking Trump is gonna become the president, you know. They're just sort of having a nice time in 1990 when Pizza Hut was putting coupons in VHS tapes and things like that. And everyone was like, wow, this can exist forever. This is gonna go on forever, this sort of existence. Wow, oh my gosh. What fun we're having. So anyway, and all that kind of thing, and you know, and so that's probably about enough, like 11-minute intro on just the beginning of this movie. And you know, I don't remember the second half of this film very well, other than that Shredder gets crushed at a dock or something. A bunch of wood pile things fall on him. They like, you know, which is kind of not really killing him very well. Ultimately, you know, the thing about Ninja Turtles is they're always so clean. There's never the sort of adult level violence that one would like. They have these sort of super sharp swords and sai and ninja stars and whatever. But, you know, has there ever been an adaptation where we got to see those things used properly in actual killing action? No, there really isn't. Not so far. Michael Bay sure as dang heck didn't do it. But what I do remember about this film, I mean, I haven't watched it recently. What are you thinking? Do you think I prepare for these? You know, keep dreaming. And so what I remember is sort of the rebellious young man who gets in with the Foot Clan, and the Foot Clan is kind of having them do petty crimes and steal like stereos and TVs and arcade games and Nintendos and stuff, so that they can put it in the super cool warehouse where young boys are like, whoa, there's whole, you know, cartons of cigarettes. Oh my gosh, my parents would never be into this. And he's got his Walkman on because, you know, parents out there, they don't listen to us, do they? And so that's kind of how they get him. And then Shredder's like, you know, do you want to become a part of the Foot or something? And hey, 1990. Guess you don't have any women that you're recruiting. I'm not sure if you're aware. Here in 2020, we have some badass gals who are showing up. But I guess, but okay. I guess 1990. You're still sort of like, men, you know, run the show, kinda, and men are super freaking the tough fellas around here. So okay, 1990. You know, keep going with that and see where it ends up for you. So you should have had some gals in the Foot Clan is basically kind of the ultimate message of this movie, which I think that director Steve Barron was going for at the time. And April O'Neil, you know, she's kind of an artist. She's doing these sketches, these sort of still lives of like Leonardo in the bath. and they're nursing him back to health after one injury. I don't remember what happened. I think in an apartment he gets some stuff, some drywall dropped on him, and he takes like weeks to recover. And meanwhile Casey Jones becomes not Jason from whatever franchise that is, and he becomes like old country boy, you know, kind of a softie, and he's kind of falling for this April O'Neil. Oh dang. Casey Jones is kind of going, you know, April O'Neil, she's kind of thick, man, and she can she kind of has it going on, I guess. And but he doesn't say any of that because he's like a gentleman, and he fixes up the van or the truck or whatever the hell it is, and then they, you know, go crush Shredder under a freaking dock, a boat dock or something, and that's before we all know that in you know, spoiler alert, in number two, in number two that sucks, where he comes back as a mutant and he makes the turtle and the werewolf, I guess, guys. So that's kind of a great review of 1990s TMNT, the first movie, and you know. So that's sort of a good thing to. That's one thing you can watch if you want to while you're losing your mind at home. And I hope you